Hey guys, so today I got the Samsung Galaxy A54 and right now I'm recording in 60 frames per second with full HD, and today we're going to talk about a little bit about the battery life, some of the features, specs, design, and of course the price. Alright, back at home. So the Samsung Galaxy A54 is one of the cheapest Samsung smartphones that you can get. Now over here you can get this sucker for 540 euros, and for that price you get a 50 megapixel camera, a strong battery life, and a 120 Hz display. But first, let's start with some basic facts. So unlike the Samsung Galaxy A34 that has a matte backside, the A54 has a glossy finish to it, on which you definitely see all of your fingerprints. Also, all of the single lenses are a little bit separated from each other and they stick out quite a bit. You get two physical buttons on the side and a 6.4-inch AMOLED touch display with full HD plus resolution. This one is also protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so you shouldn't be worried too much about dropping your phone once or twice. The Galaxy A54 is IP67 dust and water resistant and comes in a few different options. So I've got the smallest version with 128 gigs storage and 6 gigs of RAM, but you can also get it in 8 gigs of RAM or in 256 storage with 8 gigs of RAM. So I guess that's right. Now the thing is, the more you need, the higher will be the price. So the base model will cost you 540, and if you need more, it will be a little bit more. As for last, you can get this phone in 4 different colors, either in an awesome black, which is this one right here, an awesome white, an awesome lime, or an awesome violet. And let's continue with some awesome reviews. No, just kidding. But if you like that video, you can leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more smartwatch and smartphone reviews. As for the battery life, just like with the A34, we get a 5000 mAh battery that should easily last you a whole day, and you will even have some juice left at the end of the day. You also have a 25-watt charging, which may not be super high, but it charges your phone from 0 to about 100% in about 90 minutes. I guess you can say it's alright-ish, to say the least. The Galaxy A54 comes with a whole lot of Samsung apps like the usual Galaxy Wearable apps, Samsung Health, or Samsung Wallet. Also, on the 128 gig storage version, there's already 34 gigs occupied by the system. So you basically have to work with just 94 gigs, which is still a lot, just not as much as they say. You also get the usual fingerprint sensor and face detection, which both work just fine. So let's give it a quick try. So that will be the fingerprint, works fine. And now over to my face detection. Face doesn't match. So I guess it's not working that great. No, just kidding. Just didn't work this time. Look, now it works. The A54 also has a few extra features like floating windows. Just drag your finger from the top right corner to the middle of the screen, and from here you can change the size and position of the window. By swiping up from the bottom of the screen with your two fingers, you can change it into a split screen and work on 2 applications at the same time. By the way, you can expect to get 4 years of OS updates and 5 years of security updates, which should provide you with Android 14, 15, 16, and 17. And you can upgrade your storage with an extra SD card just in case you need a little bit more. And as for last, I want to mention the modes and routines. Those are actually super cool. So for example, you can have a different setting and wallpapers automatically whenever you're at a different place like your work or your school. So you can have a more casual display while you're at home, have the D&D mode and a more professional look when you're at work, and have some family pictures while you're at your parents' house. Just to give you a few examples what you can do. As for the display, we get a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with a 120 Hz refresh rate. The A54 is pretty good when it comes to watching movies and YouTube clips on the go. Through the full HD plus resolution, you get crisp colors, good contrast, and blacks and whites. They look great as well. Even the selfie camera, if you use the whole screen to watch movies, is barely in the way. It's just really just a tiny black spot, and you won't notice it after a few minutes into a movie. The audio on this phone does get pretty loud, even though you are stuck with a mono stereo speaker. I mean, the quality could be a little bit better, but you can definitely live with this. So I did the usual performance test and I played my car racing games, which do require some smartphone power. And I have to say that even after playing a while, the phone doesn't really get hot. Plus the performance is quite good with the Exynos 1380 chipset. It can get a little bit tricky when a lot happens at once on the display with lots of effects, but overall it was a decent gaming experience. Also, swiping on the screen and opening up apps works without much of a lag. It only stutters a little bit in the news tab when you swipe up and down pretty fast, but that's about it. Finally, the camera. So we got one main camera with 50 megapixel and optical image stabilization, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. If you want to take videos, that is possible with either 30 frames per second in 1080p or 4K, or you can record in 60 frames per second in 1080p. The front camera is a 32 megapixel that you can record in 4K and in 1080p with each 30 frames per second. I tried taking some pictures as good as possible with all of the cameras, and I tried different video modes so you can get a better grip on how good this phone is actually. And guys, there we have it, the Samsung Galaxy A54. By the way, I've also tested the Samsung Galaxy A34 in another video. Just click that video right here to get right to it. And I guess, with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Peace.